Next on Worcester News tonight, a look at how colleges across Worcester County are approaching vaping and how they say they are supporting their students' health. Plus, a $300,000 grant will help support pediatric cancer research at UMass Medical School. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemon. It may be the first official day of fall, but it still feels like summer out there today. Temperatures could be in the 70s for the rest of the week. Let's get a first look at our local forecast for more.
Hey there, good evening to you on this Monday. Felt like summer, and we're going to keep some very mild temperatures around for this evening. The clouds, though, may hinder your view at the International Space Station flying over. 713, visible for 4 minutes. Look west, southwest, northeast, and it looks like a bright star moving smoothly across the sky. It's a cool sight to see, so hopefully you can catch it. But we have some clouds to contend with. Our temperatures, though, staying in the upper 70s across Worcester County after a very hot, humid afternoon. This ahead of a cold front that will bring us a chance for some showers and maybe an isolated rumble of thunder in the overnight forecast. Down into the 70s by 11:45 tonight, and this is when we'll start to see some of these downpours and rumbles of thunder. But it's a brief moving system here, and it will quickly move out once we go into tomorrow morning. So overnight tonight could get loud from time to time, down to 66 degrees. But in the next several days here, we're going to stay seasonable as we see this cool down into tomorrow afternoon. Your 10-day forecast in just a bit.
In an effort to help students stay healthy, many colleges in Worcester County are looking to ban vaping products on campus. Some say it's a new idea, while others have already banned the products. Our Chandler Walsh joins us in Worcester now with more. Chandler.
Olivia, Assumption College's vaping policy went into effect in the beginning of June. The college says they did extensive research before adding the policy. The interim dean of students says there have been some incidents so far this year, but it seems like the policy is working. E-cigarettes and vaping products aren't allowed anywhere on Assumption College's campus. This is the first semester for the ban. Before, interim dean of students Ted Zito says their use was growing.
We really want to support students and then do everything we possibly can to help keep our students safe, which is, why we're choosing to go in this direction.
The new policy on vaping is tighter than Assumption's conventional smoking policy, where tobacco is allowed 100 feet away from campus buildings.
The college took, I think, a pretty strong stance given some of the concerns that were coming out of research about the potential harmfulness of vaping.
Tight vaping policies also exist at Worcester State University, who included it in their original smoke-free policy 5 years ago.
I guess we sensed that the nicotine in the e-cigarettes were going to take a rise, so we just included it right from the beginning.
Worcester State's Jennifer Quinn says she's seen e-cigarette use increase significantly even with the ban. The school is working on marketing campaigns to address it.
We're concerned. I think everybody is concerned. We know that the numbers are high in high school, and we get them out of high school. So if they've already become addicted, they're coming to our campuses already with potentially some addiction.
The CDC says there have been 8 deaths and more than 500 illnesses linked to vaping. Assumption College says efforts to keep their students healthy is part of their responsibility.
We have a lot of young adults, and so because of that, the potential harm for young adults, that was another strong reason why we wanted to do that.
Assumption is establishing a policy review board to continue looking at vaping on campus. At Worcester State, they'll be conducting a survey in 2020 to determine the percentage of their students who use vaping products. In Worcester, Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
A Webster man is sentenced to 7 to 10 years in state prison for beating his girlfriend to death 2 years ago. According to the Worcester County District Attorney's Office, Joseph Kenetic was originally charged with second-degree murder. It was reduced to voluntary manslaughter. Prosecutors say he beat 43-year-old Brenda Hathaway outside of their Webster apartment. At the time of Hathaway's death, her daughter Sabrina had been missing for 2 years. She is still missing. An off-duty Leominster firefighter died in an ATV crash over the weekend. The Worcester District Attorney's Office says 52-year-old Randy Pouliot was involved in an ATV accident in Ashburnham. He was at a barbecue earlier in the day and did not return home. A friend found his body just before midnight on Saturday. Pouliot served the Leominster Fire Department for 16 years. He also served the Gardner Fire Department. Multiple explosions were reported during an apartment building fire in Fitchburg. 60 people are without a home. The fire started Sunday night and burned for hours. Alicia Palumbo has the latest on the investigation.
Well, it sounds like a boom, you know.
You could just see the flames from everywhere.
A loud explosion followed by intense flames ravaged this 120-year-old schoolhouse converted into condos on Beekman Street in Fitchburg Sunday night. Now crews are tearing down the building piece by piece as investigators from the bomb squad, ATF, police and fire comb through the third-floor unit where witnesses say the blast blew out the windows.
Honestly, it sounds like a bomb. As soon as it exploded, the whole entire window just came out. It's just like with the pressure of the explosion, it just came all the way down.
They did a rescue from a third-floor window. A woman was taken out of there and brought to safety.
2 people were transported to the hospital and more than 50 people from 24 units were displaced.
I was very devastated because we just moved in here 2 weeks ago and all our stuff is inside.
All of the residents, all of us, we are practically homeless now.
As families scramble to find a place to live, people who've grown up here are mourning the loss of a piece of Fitchburg's history.
It's just one more piece of this neighborhood that's going to be gone forever.
In Fitchburg, Alicia Palumbo, Worcester News Tonight.
The state is investigating 2 Worcester bars suspected of serving alcohol to minors. Last Thursday, they found 26 underage people either drinking or with fake IDs at the Rock Bar on Water Street and the Union Tavern on Green Street. The Massachusetts Alcoholic Beverages Control Commission says the sting was part of an operation with the Worcester Police Department. Both bars were near or at capacity when they arrived, and both emptied out quickly when they started asking for IDs. Both establishments will be summoned for a hearing. If they are found in violation of the law, their liquor licenses could be suspended. The city of Worcester is asking everyone, including pets, to stay out of the water at Coes Reservoir Tuesday. The DPW will be applying herbicide fluoridone or sonar to the water. The city says fluoridone treatments are a safe and effective method to control the growth of invasive aquatic plants. The application poses no risk to humans and animals after it is complete. The water should be open by Wednesday, but irrigation will still not be allowed. Fighting pediatric cancer one handprint at a time. Monday, the University of Massachusetts Medical School teamed up with car manufacturer Hyundai in hopes of creating better treatment options for children. Our Cam Jandro has more.
Sharing their stories one handprint at a time.
Awesome.
Patrick Halverson was diagnosed with glioblastoma in November 2018. The 16-year-old joined others Monday in standing up to cancer at UMass Medical School.
The nurse walked in and she said I had a golf ball-sized tumor in my cerebellum, which is right here.
Halverson was taking part in Hope on Wheels. The nonprofit allows children battling cancer to paint a brand new car with their handprints. Moving forward, Halverson says the best way to fight cancer is to not allow it to keep you from living.
There's no point in sitting in my room and asking why me, why couldn't it be someone else, when I could just go out and live in case my tumor comes back, they can't remove it, something like that happens.
The nonprofit says a child is diagnosed with pediatric cancer every 36 minutes, meaning it impacts 15,000 kids every year. They awarded UMass Medical School a $300,000 grant to help research treatment options for patients.
Our laboratory works on neuroblastoma, which is a pediatric solid tumor, but we'll also be doing leukemia research and other types of research.
Liam Howard was diagnosed with leukemia when he was 3 years old. Now in remission, he too pressed his hands against the car. His mother, Erin, says she's grateful to the program.
We've actually been able to, basically survive for 18 months with us living back and forth from the hospital and the commuting back and forth.
Liam still has 2 more years of chemotherapy before he can be declared cancer-free. But his mother says it's time for their lives to go back to normal.
He's back in kindergarten and back to full-day school, and we're just appreciating life right now.
Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
A summit hosted by the Worcester Healthy Baby Collaborative focuses on structural racism in maternal and infant health. Organizers say the goal of the annual Infant Mortality Summit is to look at the city's overall health. They say Worcester has a persistently higher infant mortality rate than other similar cities in Massachusetts. They say the city's perception of disadvantaged communities plays an important factor in the high rate.
We find that Black people, specifically Black mothers, are at a risk 3 to 4 times more risk of dying compared to their white counterparts. And we also see that in other communities of color, such as Hispanics and also Native Americans.
Closer to that 10. So that's when you have that.
City Councilor Sarai Rivera also presented a mayoral proclamation declaring September 23rd as Infant Mortality Awareness Day in Worcester. Millions of dollars in healthy food is provided to low-income families through the Healthy Incentives program. Consumers and farmers who use it say it allows everyone to buy fresh, healthy, local fruits and vegetables. Our Erin Keating stopped by the Beaver Brook Farmers Market today and has more.
Representative David LaBeouf buys produce at the Beaver Brook Farmers Market. The 17th Worcester District Representative, along with fellow lawmakers, went to the market Monday. They are celebrating the success of the Healthy Incentives program, HIP.
It brings healthy food into the community. It supports the economy by giving a sustaining source of revenue for local farmers. And it's just a wonderful partnership that the Commonwealth has with different community organizations.
HIP is offered to families who are a part of the SNAP food stamp program. It provides HIP dollars to those who purchase food from farmers throughout the state. LaBeouf says the program is a partnership between the state, low-income families, and local farmers.
So it's a wonderful endeavor that the state is doing to really show commitment both to working people and to our farms.
More than 200 farms and farmers markets and 56,000 households have participated in HIP since its launch in 2017. Rebecca Miller is the campaign coordinator. She says the program's benefits are more than just financial.
I've personally heard stories from their customers about the program having an impact on their family and like being able to introduce vegetables to their kids that they've never tried before.
When they big ones, yeah, these are the Honeycrisp. These are really sweet apples too.
Farm stands from all over central Massachusetts are part of the market. David Harper has been coming here for the past 10 years. The owner of Harper's Farm and Garden says the HIP program has given him more customers.
It seems to grow year after year here, and more and more people find us and like the variety of produce that we offer. And
they may not have access to healthy and fresh food right away, and to have a resource like this in the community really is just good for overall health, and it's great for the economy here in the state.
Since the program's launch in 2017, HIP has earned more than $11 million in incentives. This summer, lawmakers were able to secure $6.5 million in funding for the 2020 fiscal year budget. In Worcester, Erin Keating, Worcester News Tonight.